These two gentlemen didn't just sacrifice pieces, they took their opponent's souls. And if you want to become a great attacker, these are the only two games you need to know. The first game is by Morphy. It's his famous Opera House game, and maybe you've seen this game before. If not, you're gonna truly enjoy it, but if you've seen it, we'll break it down and see the three main patterns that he used to power up all his attacks. And by the way, later Tal used same patterns to make his opponents question their sanity. So here, it's interesting that at this point, basically Morphy proves that from here, it is almost a forcing win from white, but it takes a super skillful attacker to really demonstrate it. So first off, he trades on e5, and since knight attacks this square as well, Black decided to trade it off. Now it looks like the position is almost symmetric and normal. Morphy goes bishop c4, threatening this pawn. Black obviously covers it, and at this point, a lot of players would simply develop their pieces or castle one way or the other. However, Morphy follows his first principle: attack and play forcing moves. That is how you never let your opponent catch his breath, but you start creating threats and you keep creating them as much as you can. He played queen b3 instead with a double attack, and Black is already unable to defend both of his pawns. He played queen to e7, trying to at least guard this one on f7 and therefore to support his king. And at this point, White was at the crossroad. Now, that was a pretty obvious move which probably most players would play. It was queen takes b7, hitting the rook, and grabbing a pawn as well. However, in this case, Black would play queen b4, trade off queens, and got into a winning endgame for White. It was all good, but it's like proposing to your fiancée via WhatsApp message. Morphy would probably get the job done, but we would not be talking about it today. Instead, Morphy followed the second principle, which is quick development, and he just played knight to c3. And interestingly enough, it's very hard for Black to move. Right now, this pawn is indeed hanging. Black played c6 to defend the pawn with a queen, but now bishop g5, and it's not easy for Black to find a sensible move. This battery still keeps the queen tied to the defense of this pawn. Black would wish to develop the other knight, but that would drop this pawn on b7 once again, and otherwise it's unclear what to do. He played b5, trying to get this b7 pawn off that vulnerable square and hopefully to kick the bishop out of this place. And by the way, if Morphy retreated the bishop, the position would indeed remain to be approximately equal. However, he followed his third idea: blow up a position with sacrifices. He sacrificed the knight on b5, which allowed him to open up the position and start attacking Black immediately. Black covered his king, and Morphy castles, bringing one more piece into the attack. Black reinforces his defense, but it's our favorite moment. Don't judge a rook by its cover. Morphy sacrifices the rook and brings the other one into the attack. Morphy plays with 100% accuracy, and nowadays some opponents would probably accuse him of cheating. But good for Morphy, there were no computers, and the best guy to get a hint from was Morphy himself. Black played queen e6, getting the queen out of the pin and offering an exchange of queens. And reportedly, the game was played in an opera house, in a box, which did not stop Morphy from thinking outside the box, sacrificing the queen, and being on time to see the rest of the opera. Quick note, we are hiring. I'm looking for a social media content creator. You will join me and my team. It's a fully remote position, and you will help me in creating content for different social media platforms. If you're interested, you can click below the video and apply, or if you know somebody who might be a great fit, refer them and you can earn a $1,000 referral bonus. There is a reason why words talented and immortal contain a bit of Tal inside. Now we're moving on to the second game, where Tal is playing white, and so far this is standard Sicilian defense. Both sides develop. Black goes b5, expanding on the queen side, but now Tal follows the first principle: play forcing moves and attack. By the way, forcing moves are checks, captures, and attacking moves. This way you don't let your opponent do whatever he wants, but instead you force him to react to your moves, which is nice for you because it allows you to push your plan forward. Now, it looks like this knight is captured and cannot move away, but Black's got this great move, and it's actually all still theory. White cannot win a piece right here because after queen e5, Black comes back with this double attack and gets a piece back right away. Tal instead defended his central pawn, and now Black indeed needs to get their knight out of danger. At this point, White's central pawn is attacked twice, but Tal followed the second principle, quick development. He was ready to sacrifice this pawn and to prove that he's not inferior to Morphy in any way. In this position, he was ready to sacrifice the knight and then the queen to deliver that famous Morphy checkmate. Black certainly did not want to be attacked that badly, and instead he played a solid move bishop b7. Rumor has it, after a game when opponents politely told Tal thanks for the game, Tal would smile and reply, "It's been my pleasure." And here he sacrifices a knight to start the attack immediately. Black needs to guard this pawn, but now Tal sacrificed the rook, proving his idea that time in the attack is more important than material, because it allows you to keep attacking with every move while your opponent never has time to consolidate and bring up more pieces into the defense. And now Tal plays a move which we all played many times in the Italian game, but unfortunately for us, never deserved a brilliant mark for it. Bishop c4, threatens mate. Black's gotta capture the bishop, but now White has time to bring the rook into play. And after Black covers with the knight, Tal can once again say, "Don't judge a rook by its cover," and finish the game. And if you love this kind of attacking style, then this opening is the most suitable for you to generate these attacks in your own games.